entire experience was great despite some rain at Arthur's Pass. The train provided a look at a lot of beautiful scenery, and the trip back in the van showed us a part of the island that the train could not provide. One tip for the train: if you want coffee or some breakfast on the train, I suggest getting to the dining car even before departure because the queue for the food can be long. Our guide for the return trip, I apologize for forgetting his name, explained that rain is common for the Arthur's Pass area, but he had umbrellas and rain ponchos for everyone. We had a lunch stop at Arthur's Pass where you could buy a meal from one of two diners, and our guide made sure we had several stops on the way back to view waterfalls, mountains, and a rock formation that may have been a highlight of the trip back. You might think you are being cheated by the fact that, at 2.5 hours, the train trip is too short, but there was so much extra to see around Arthur's Pass and on the coach ride back with our excellent guide. Once we departed the Canterbury Plains, the mountain views from the train were spectacular. We weren't able to take the full walk to the waterfall due to the foul weather, but fortunately there was enough to see anyway. Only complaint was that there wasn't a lot of legroom in the mini coach and found my knees uncomfortably wedged against the seat in front. There was so much to experience in this tour. Our first introduction to the TranzAlpine and all its beauty. Walking up a huge mount to breathtaking falls, lunch at a mountain pub, mirror lakes, and surreal rock formations that have served as movie backdrops. And all with an excellent, well-informed guide who brought us along the way. A great way to spend our day at Christchurch. The train ride to Arthur's Pass was scenic, following gorges and tunnels. Once we went through the Canterbury Plains farmland, the driver and planned stops on the bus were fantastic. The Kia was hanging around town. We hiked to waterfalls, but for me the highlight was the Castle Hill rock formations. Having the chance to walk in and around them was magical. Fantastic day. Train ride was comfortable with great landscape scenery with many tunnels through mountains. Nice hikes on trip back with lunch at local place in Arthur's Pass. Castle Hill was unbelievable. Our driver and guide on minibus ride home was great. Only downside was minibus was not made for tall persons with long legs. The train trip was beautiful, but to be honest the return trip by coach was even better. Our coach driver was brilliant. He was friendly, incredibly polite and helpful and very informative. Please ensure he gets recognition for his professional and helpful manner. A really great way to explore the Arthur's Pass. We took the train from Christchurch to Arthur's Pass, then were picked up by our fantastic guide to explore the Devil's Punch Bowl, Arthur's Village, Castle Hill, Pearson Lake and more. Great information from the guide. A great trip with an excellent, knowledgeable guide. The advantage of taking the TranzAlpine to Arthur's Pass and returning by coach on a guided tour is that you experience so much more on the return journey. Would very highly recommend this wonderful trip. A great trip with Anush as our guide. He was friendly and informative, and, because we were in a minibus, we were able to stop at viewpoints that large coaches can't access. Beautiful views, well worth doing this trip. What a beautiful train ride and drive back. It was a full day, but with lots of great sights and great hospitality from our driver. All around excellent experience and highlight of the area. Great day out with guide/driver plus a train ride. Central pick to go to the station. Great scenic train to Arthur's Pass. Then coach to take in several viewpoints and short walks optional.